And I'm your fighter, Pumlani. Yeah, this is the first episode of the EFFYC, the City Sub-Region podcast. And right here with me, I'm not alone today. I have, she'll introduce herself.
Thank you for the opportunity. I am Fighter Lerato Litswalo, and I serve as the coordinator of the EFF Youth Command in the Lesedi Sub-Region.
To the key questions of this interview then. What motivated you to take the leadership role in the EFFYC?
What motivated me into taking the leadership role in the EFF Youth Command? I could simply say, coming from a community where young people are hungry for change but often feel left behind, is what motivated me into being part or taking the leadership role in the EFF Youth Command.
So can you say the EFF Youth Command has implemented change in the youth, since you say young people are crying for change?
I could say we are currently on the mission of implementing the change. We are not done yet. We are still going to do more and try to implement the change in the Lesedi Sub-Region. Yeah.
Okay, seeing that the Youth Command baby is new, what impact did it have on the EFF? Because you all said you were student commands, okay? So what impact has the Youth Command have on the EFF? And does the students approve the Youth Command?
In the Lesedi Sub-Region, I'll say the students do not approve the Youth Command because mostly they are not involved in our issues and stuff that we host and the activities. But the entire Youth Command, like the entire Youth Command in South Africa, does have a big impact on the mother body of on the organization, to be precise, because it has so far in this it has so much impacts on the entire youth, because on the entire organization, because with the Youth Command we have recruited more people. We had fought for many stuff, for example the Water Sisulu University issue and the shootings. Yeah, it has a way much more impact.
Okay, I believe with you saying some are not involved. I believe that like the students have their own meetings, right? And their own conveners and their own coordinators. Okay. Do you all support those meetings? Do you all go to those meetings? Do you all go to those recruitment drives? Do you all fight for those students? Or you just sit and relax?
As the EFF Youth Command in the Lesedi Sub-Region, we are very much involved in the students of the entire region. We do host recruitment drives at the CDBN College. We do partake in the EFF Fridays. We do partake in the entire, we are entirely involved in everything that the students do, but they do not reciprocate the energy back.
It seems like you're having your way clear, eh? Okay, it's fine. Let's go to the second question, right? Like, how do you balance, like with like aligning your communities, like your parties, like rules and regulations and everything, with the interest of the youth? Because young people are only interested in fun and something like that. Like, how do you, as the EFFYC, align those things together, like partying and having like serious political things?
On balancing the youth's interest with the party's agenda, with the party's broader agenda, I would say that as the youth leader, my role is to be a bridge between the young people and the broader movement. We make sure that the EFF's agenda is rooted in the young people's realities. The mother body drives a strategic direction, and us as the Youth Command, we make sure that the youth's voices are not sidelined, but they are integral into shaping policy and action.
By saying the youth's voices are not sidelined, right? At the beginning of this interview, you said like you don't have that much support from the mother body. So how do you ensure that the voices are not sidelined? At the same time, you don't have support from the mother body.
The mother body has a leadership role, right? They have their coordinators, conveners, and additional members, and the entire mother body. We do have people from the mother body that do support us, but there are those obviously who do not partake or who are not involved in the entire youth command. So when I say that the youth, we make sure that the youth's voices are not sidelined. I mean that us as the youth command of the in Lisedi, we make sure that the youth's voices are heard. We make sure that we fight for the youth in all means that we can, and we try our all to not fail in making sure that the youth is heard. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to our third question, right? Many young people are disillusioned in politics, right? How do you make sure that young people are always in politics, like are always taking part in politics, like the young ones that you have already? Because I know, like, we are not like, you see, a big party. You are such a small party.
It is true that most of the youth are skeptical about politics. They do feel distant about politics. They do feel that politics are corrupt, and they do feel that politics are very irrelevant to their struggles. But we always make sure that we focus on political education. We make sure that we focus on activism and visibility. We do go to schools and communities, not just to campaign, but to show that, but to listen to the people, to build confidence to them, and to show that politics is not a spectator sport. And yeah, we make sure that we are the voice of the youth.
Okay. If you were to say one thing to your president, to your EFFYC president, I'm not talking about CIC, Sihle Lonzi. Yeah, your EFFYC president, what would you say to him? Your complaints, your compliments, like everything. Don't leave anything out.
Firstly, hey, I would say they really did a great job on implementing a EFF lead command, because honestly we felt sidelined as the high school students. I myself am a high school student. The unemployed youth felt sidelined because the focus was mostly on the students, and the unemployed youth felt very much sidelined because the focus was only on the tertiary learners or students, I can say. We thank them very much for implementing such a new baby. The questions I would ask, what would I ask, Vel? For now I don't think I have any questions. Okay.
What do you think are the biggest challenges facing young people today, and how is your party addressing them?
In Lisedi, the challenges are very much clear. It's unemployment, lack of access in higher education, substance abuse, and the collapsing local economy. The EFF is addressing these issues through policy advocacy, community programs, and exposing corruption. Exposing corruption. I would say that.
My sister, now there's one thing my sister, how are you addressing the water issue and electricity issue? People are expected to pay like 100 and something thousand while umuntu akhole imali grant. Like, how do you address that?
Our municipality,
the EFF.
The EFF is exposed, as I've said, they are exposing corruption, right? Our municipality is one, as I've said, collapsing local economy. Some people do pay rent, but they still close the electricity and water for them. especially the community of Obet and 23 and 26. Those three, they very much sidelined. I would say that they always, if they don't have water, they have electricity. If they don't have electricity, they have water. It's like someone is playing a game with these three communities, and like not everyone in those communities does not pay for rent. They do. The rent is on their monthly expenses. Some people do pay rent, those who live in those, and it is a very much challenge for high school students, for people who are working, because okay, let me start with the students. Students are expected to wake up at 4 a.m. and go to the cemetery to get water for them so that they could bath and go to school. After school, they come back with homeworks, assignments, and all that, and they're expected again to go to the cemetery to fetch water so that they could bath, flush the toilets, so that they could cook, so that they could drink water. And we know that water is an essential. Electricity is also an essential, because no one wants to study with a candle. How could you study with a candle? People have to cook. Not all of us have gas stoves, coal stoves and all that, or solars to be precise, and it's an issue to the community at large, and the EFF has tried striking against that, and they threatened to arrest them, and some are arrested in the mother body, some are arrested for fighting for their communities, some are arrested for fighting for the youth. So our community is, I won't say immature. We are led by an incompetent leaders. So I'll go.
Okay, my sister. I think that marks the end of our interview. Then, my sister, can you please leave a word for the young ones trying to join politics but are scared to join politics because they'll be charged for it, like EFF or because these days this party usithola ka political organization. So can you leave like a word nyana for the young ones trying to join but are scared hore ankebe bathole mereko, like the electricity will be cut, like they won't get resources?
In conclusion, okay, I would say to the youth of Lesedi and the entire youth of the nation, the system has never been designed for us to succeed. But if we are together, we can change it. Ne? So join the struggle, be part of the movement, and economic freedom in our lifetime is not just a slogan, but it's a call to action that each and every young people should be politically educated and economically involved. That's what I'll say to them.
Yeah, good message for the young ones. Okay, then if I'm a young person and I want to join the EFFYC, let me not say in Lesedi, but nationwide. Let's say I reside in Pretoria or somewhere. How can I join that if I want to join?
I would simply say because the EFFYC has been implemented in almost all the socials. We have WhatsApp, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. So if you reside in any of the other areas, you can search the EFFYC main group on TikTok or Facebook, and ask where you can join. And we do have new structures, so I think they were posted in the group, so you could get their details there and contact the people, the coordinators or the conveners of those regions, and be part of the EFFYC.
Okay, guys, we head for ourselves, and that marks the end of our interview. If you want to join the EFFYC, go to their pages on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and so forth. Then check, you'll see the structure, then you'll see who to contact to join for a submission. My sister, thank you for taking your time in joining us. That marks the end of our interview. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell for another time we drop.
Thank you.